Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Today we are doing another Halloween video, of course, because it's still Halloween. So basically, the preface for today's video, I watched IMDB's top rated scariest movies of all time, and I am going to rate them. Now listen, I'm going to rate them on scale of scariness, purely off of how scary it is, how much it traumatized me, how much it had me like itching in my skin. I'm not going to be rating it on, how good the soundtrack is. I'm not going to be rating it on how good the cinematography is, although those are all very valid and I will talk about them. That is not relevant to this list, okay? This is purely how scary they are, okay? One thing about me, I don't get scared easily, okay? I am a bad bitch. I am unfortunately the baddest of them all. So unfortunately for the rest of you, I do not get scared by scary movies. I enjoy them, actually. What can I say? I enjoy a scary movie every now and again. Scary movies actually are funny to me. I actually enjoy scary movies because I like movies, okay? I can appreciate a good scary movie. You know what I'm saying? So they really don't scare me. I actually would say I laugh at most of them. I'm just kind of a tough guy like that. And of course, we have to address the elephant in the room. I'm alone today. Again, Robyn is not here again today. She's studying for exams, like I said. But she will be back in the next video, and the next video is gonna be a banger! It's gonna be a banger, okay? And as I mentioned before, this is IMDB's rating of the top 100 scariest movies of all time. I only did the top 20, because ain't no way I'm watching 100 movies. And also, I should clarify that this video will have spoilers. I will be talking about twists in all these movies, so if you're, I don't know, for some reason don't want to hear the twist of a 40-year-old scary movie, maybe I would, give this one a skip, okay? So the first movie I watched was Devil, or The Devils. I had never heard of this movie before. I also wasn't aware of the time period of this. It takes place in 17th century France. By the way, for all of these, I didn't do any, exterior research. I didn't try and figure out, the secret meaning of any of them, okay? I just went based off of first impressions. Yeah, this movie, it was freaky. Don't get me wrong. It was disturbing. It was a little bit oh my gosh, what is going on here? Was it scary though? No, absolutely not. A movie from 1971 from a small studio? Definitely not scary. Not scary at all. Oh my gosh. That is scary though. That is scary. Didn't freak me out at all. So I'm gonna go ahead and put this one in the C tier. Next movie was The Shining. Banger, obviously. I love The Shining. Such a great movie, such a, unique concept, and of course it came from the great mind of Stanley Kubrick. Very cool director. And of course Shelley Duvall was in this. I love Shelley Duvall. Scary though? No. I've watched this movie before when I was younger, and honestly, I didn't get scared. I didn't get fright. I enjoyed it. I liked it, The only scary scene was the old lady getting out of the tub. That was a little bit scary to me. I'm gonna put that in the C tier. Next movie was Us. Banger! This movie is obviously a banger. We all know this. Jordan Peele, amazing, super cool director. Honestly, generational. You know what I'm saying? I really think he's changing the game. If you don't mind me if you don't mind me glazing a little bit here, I think he's changing the game. I've watched this movie before. I was a lot younger when I watched it, but first impression, I was scared. I was a little bit scared, I can't lie. The break-in scene, scary, when they all come in. And then the twist at the end, I did not see that coming, I cannot lie to you. Although, first impression of this movie, I was a little bit confused, okay? I think it's cool when movies have subtlety. I don't think it should be in your fucking face, you know what I'm saying? So it is good that it was subtle. It's just a little bit too subtle for my liking. By the end of it, I literally was like, okay, pull up. I didn't really get it. It's such a unique concept. Not that scary though. Not that scary. Only scary scene was the break-in scene. But then everything else after that, I wasn't really scared. You know what? The scene when she's in the mirror maze, that was a little bit scary. I'm gonna put Us in the B tier. Moving on, The Lighthouse. I've heard about this movie. Obviously, Robert Pattinson, love of my life, and Willem Dafoe, also love of my life. Very, very talented actors. Very interesting concept. I think it's a remake, actually. It was disturbing. Don't get me wrong, it had some disturbing imagery. Wasn't scary, though. I wasn't scared. I honestly wasn't scared. I was actually kind of getting bored. I don't think scary movies should be too weird. You You know what I'm saying? I don't think it should be too artsy. I think scary should be universal. Something that is universally scary, I think, is good. I'm gonna have to put it in a D. Yeah. I'm sorry, guys. It just wasn't that scary. Good-ish movie, though. No offense. Just because something's an A24 movie doesn't mean it's excellent and amazing. And I think this one was a little bit of a hit and miss. The most disturbing part was the scene with the mermaid. If you know, you know. But that was just like disturbing. That was just like uncomfortable. You know what I'm saying? I think with this video, it's very important to clarify that there's a big difference between being uncomfortable or like a little bit disturbed by something and being actually scared. That is a very important distinction here. And you know what I've noticed with a lot of these movies, that they try and disturb you with like a little bit of like disturbing imagery, or they try to gross you out with gore. Not scary. It's not the same thing. Okay? So that's why I put this one in the D's here. A little bit uncomfortable, a little bit like, what the fuck is going on? Not scary. Next one, Psycho. Obviously the horror movies of all horror movies, right? This came out in the 1960s. I've never watched a movie from this time period in the 60s, obviously when movies were banging. I will give credit where credit is due. This movie still holds up. I enjoyed it today. The fact that it's, you know, over 80 years old now and I still thought it was like excellent, like really good. Great. You know what? Honestly, great. I loved it. I enjoyed watching it. Alfred Hitchcock. Very good. And you know what? There was a twist at the end. I literally didn't see that coming, which, you know, normally doesn't happen with me. Normally I can spot like a little movie twist from a mile away. I know that it's about to be a dream. You know what I'm saying? I know that the main character is about to wake up and be like, it was all a dream. This one I wasn't expecting the twist. And in the end, where the psychologist is kind of explaining to the police like the thought process behind him, great. Honestly, great. I liked it a lot. Was it scary though? No, obviously not. It's a movie from the 60s, like, let's be so for real now. So in terms of scariness, Psycho is gonna have to be in the D tier, but great watch. Honestly, I recommend it. Next movie is Them. Now this is our first international film. This is a French film, and you know what? Fucking scary. This movie was terrifying to watch. Even I was watching it and being like, what is going on? Do you know why it's scary? Because it can happen to you. This movie is based off of real events, by the way. Real events that happened. That is what made it so scary. Honestly, I did get like a few frights. And by the end of it, I was like, oh my gosh, that was literally insane. However, here goes my other thing with this list. Is it a horror movie? Or is it true crime? I will let you disperse in the comments. I feel like this is more true crime. Honestly, there wasn't much of like a horror horror aspect. But you know what? Simply for the idea of like your house being broken into and you being like terrorized by these little kids, scary. You know what? It was scary. So for that reason, even though I don't consider it a horror movie, I'm going to put this one in B tier. B. Moving on, Martyrs. Now, this is once again another international film. We actually had quite a few international films in a row here. Listen, we are sleeping on French horror films. This movie was insane. It was going one direction and I was like, okay, like I'm following along. And then it just completely switches around, something insane. Like when it's going from her like kind of talking to this ghost creature and the ghost creature's like trying to kill her, whatever. And then it switches into this like sci-fi dystopian thing. I was thoroughly surprised. You know what? I enjoyed this movie. I liked it. Like the little twist at the end and the little like religious undertone. Excellent. Very good. However, I still wouldn't consider it a horror movie. I would consider the first half of the movie a horror movie. You know, it had like the paranormal aspect. It had kind of like a serial killer mental health kind of thing going on, okay? But the complete like 180 it did with the like sci-fi, like weird society that's trying to get these people in, like, it like kind of lost me a little bit, you know what I mean? In terms of horror. It was like scary, and then just kind of like you know. And then we had a little bit of disturbing imagery, which once again, not scary. However, this was an excellent film. I definitely reckon it was a fucking acid trip, honestly. I'm going to put this one in C tier. One thing that I've noticed with a lot of these movies, they follow a pattern where it's normal, then it peaks, right? And it's like peak fucking scary, and then it just goes. You know what I'm saying? And normally this pattern of plateau, climax, and then de-escalating is, it's the ordinary pattern that you follow for a movie. Everyone knows, like, we learned it in school, that's how a story is supposed to follow. But when it comes to scary movies, and when it comes to scaring people, I honestly feel like it should be like this: climax and then scary right up until the end, and then maybe a little dip where it's like, oh, okay, things are like cool right now, and then right at the second, like, you fucking get killed again. You know what I'm saying? I think that's the key to like a really good horror movie, and a lot of these just aren't that, honestly. Like, I have these moments where it's, plateauing, and then it gets really scary, and I'm like biting my nails. I'm like, oh, that was actually kind of scary, and then it never happens again, and that's kind of disappointing, honestly. So if you want to make a good horror movie, it's got to be scary the whole way through. Okay, you got it. The next movie was Goodnight Mommy. I was excited for this film. I've actually heard really good things about it, and you know what, it was great. Interesting concept, very unique, and it had a really crazy twist at the end that I didn't see coming. I didn't see it coming. Yeah, like, literally there was no hint to what by the end of it I was like, you know what I'm saying? Really good movie, really good twist, really good writing, and you know what, it was, guess what, scary all the way through. Honestly, it was very tense, very like, oh my gosh, like, are they gonna escape their mom, whatever? And then at the very end, like, fucking other kid has been dead all along, and the other kid is like trying to make up for it, and he burns down the house, and that's the end of the movie. Honestly, scary. How scary though? I'm going to put this one in A. Honestly, I thought it was pretty tense. I thought it was tense, okay? I wasn't getting like any frights. I definitely did think it was tense though. Next one, Suspiria. I'll be honest, I didn't really get this movie. I'll be the first to say it. I didn't get this movie, yeah. And also it was really long, and it was following like this one storyline, and then there was this other thing, and then all of a sudden it's actually like this weird cult thing that's going on, and it just kind of fell flat for me. I didn't think it was scary. Once again, some disturbing imagery. Not that scary, to be honest. I'm going to put this one in C tier. Next movie, Midsommar. Banger! Obviously, everyone loves Midsommar. I love Midsommar. First time I watched this movie, I think I was 12. I was quite young, okay? Definitely too young to be watching it, but you know what? Great movie. Honestly, my first impressions, I was like, whoa, that actually was really good. And it really builds on the cult, like the cult mindset a lot, I obviously kind of had to have like a little explanation for this movie, but now that I get it, I'm like, wow, that it's actually really clever how they work it in like that. Scary? No. Disturbing? Yes. Gore? Yes. Gut wrenching? Like, there was a few times where I was like, but scary? Nah, not really. But you know what? It did definitely hold onto that like thing of tenseness right up until the very end, where the thing goes up and it's burning, and she's like kind of like, oh, mourning, but she's also like, this is my new home, bitches. I'm gonna put this in B tier. Friday the 13th Part 2. Why is this on the list? Why is this on the list? Who made this list and who decided to put that there? This movie was not scary at all. Not scary. It wasn't even like cool in the slightest. So I thought it was weird that they put Friday the 13th 2 so high up in the list. I haven't seen the first one, but from what I can tell, the second movie is literally the exact same as the first movie. Literally like the exact same movie. You know what? Like, why even make a sequel? I didn't think this was scary at all. Like, I literally wasn't scared. I was getting bored. I was like, okay, okay, pull up, okay, pull up. Like, nothing was happening, and you don't even see Jason's face until like right at the end. Lame, boring, yawning, sloppy. I'm really surprised this is so high up on the list. I actually don't. I'm gonna put this one, if there was an F tier, I would put it in, actually I would put it in Z tier. That's how bum it was. I'm gonna put this in D tier. Next movie, banger, Evil Dead. I was excited to watch this movie because obviously Evil Dead Rise came out not too long ago, and people were freaking out over that movie. So I was like, this must be really good. And guess what? It was really good. I love this movie, and it stayed tense right until the very end. It had the paranormal aspect. It had so much blood, like the most I've ever seen, and excellent. Fucking excellent. I loved it. Was I that scared? No. Sorry, can't get me. I will say though, out of all the movies, this one had me the scariest pantsiest, okay? This one had me shaking in my boots. So guess what, guys? I'm going to put this one in S tier. It was really good, I must say. Even if you're not like a scaredy poopy pants, you know what I'm saying? I think you would be scared. Honestly, I think you would. Next movie, Sleep Tight. This was a Spanish film, I think, which is cool. Yo soy español, you know what I'm saying? The book. This movie was crazy, and you know what? It did have me scared. It had me scared. But do you know why it had me scared? Because it can happen to you. Scary movies where it's realistic, the scariest. Oh my gosh, like this could literally happen to anyone. Very scary, very disturbing, very tense. However, I would not consider this a horror film. There's no paranormal aspect, there's no, ghosts, no demons, nothing like that, nothing out of the ordinary. I would consider this true crime. It's pure, not true crime, but like a crime film. The guy is sneaking into her apartment, drugging her, doing weird stuff. This is all stuff that can actually happen, and for that reason I wouldn't consider it a horror film. This is a crime film, you know what I'm saying? It was scary, don't get me wrong. This was a crime film though, not a horror film. So for that reason, C tier. Next movie is Get Out. Banger! First time I watched this movie, I thoroughly enjoyed it. Very good, very easy to understand as well. There's no like questions about what it's about. It's very cut and dry. This is what happens, and it is scary. It is scary, 100%. Would I say I got any jumps? Would I say I got any frights? No, definitely not. Get Out, very good movie. Once again, Jordan Peele. Very interesting and unique concept. I love everything about this movie. It's not gonna get me though. Didn't get me, Jordan. Sorry, buddy. I'm gonna put this one in B tier. Next film, Switchblade Romance. This is another international film. This one was a bit hard for me to find because for some reason it's called Switchblade Romance here, but it's under a different name. The different name is Hot Tension. Hot Tension. This movie was good. I like this movie. Lots of gore, lots of blood. Very cool, very enjoyable, and a crazy twist at the end. The only thing though is that the twist was a little bit predictable. Okay, I sort of saw the twist. I mean, there was that little scene in the beginning of her in the hospital, so we knew something kind of goes wrong. You know what I'm saying? The only thing is though is that the twist didn't really make sense. I don't think they set up for the twist nicely, because you had the guy in the van in the beginning and he had the girl's head. That wouldn't make sense in the context of it was actually her the whole time. So whose head was it? You know what I'm saying? And then there was all those pictures of the like, I just don't think the twist was very well set up. It was a good movie, don't get me wrong. Not scary at all, to be honest. It was a little bit disturbing, a little bit tense. Not that scary though. I'm gonna put this one in D tier. Next movie, The Babadook. So I've actually watched this movie before. I was young when I watched it. I was probably too young to be watching it. Wow, this movie, it's intense. Like, I can't lie to you. The kid screaming and being annoying throughout the whole movie definitely adds to the tenseness, and I think they do a good job sort of building on like the struggle that the mother is going through, with her husband that passed away, and with her, her kid just making her life a living hell, and the kid kind of being a little bit like sick in the head. And this was scary. You know what? I can't lie to you. I did get scared, and like I was sweating a little bit, like when the Babadook is in the room and you can hear it like making noises and it's crawling on the roof. The only thing though, once again, it followed that same pattern of plateau, climax, and then just kind of falling flat, I just didn't think the ending was very scary. I thought they made it too mysterious. You know what I'm saying? I didn't think it was scary, and the whole he lives down in the basement thing, not scary. It just kind of took away from it. You know what I'm saying? I mean, obviously there's something to be said there about like metaphors or whatever the fuck, you can do your own research on that. I will put this one in B tier. I would recommend you watch it. Now the next one is the Texas Chainsaw Massacre. So guys, I will admit I did make a mistake here. I thought that the original Texas Chainsaw Massacre was the 2003 film. Is in fact not, it's the 1974 film. Which I thought I watched it, but I'm an idiot and I can't tell the difference. So I didn't actually watch the one that was included on this list. So we're just gonna pretend that it's the 2003 film that they're talking about, okay? Okay. I love the movie. I must say, it was good. I loved it so much. I thought it was great. I thought it was a great concept. I did think it was scary. I thought it was scary, like I can't lie. And you know what? It's cool because guess what? They don't get away in the end. Which is how it should be, honestly. Like, how many scary moments do the good guys get away in the end? You know what I'm saying? Like, that's stupid. I would put this one B tier. The next movie is The Witch. Now, I had never heard of this movie before. I hadn't seen anything from it. I was interested to see what it was. I mean, it's the third scariest movie of all time. I imagine it would be a banger. This movie was very disappointing. I'm sorry. I know you film freaks are gonna come after me and say, oh, it was actually good. I didn't think it was scary at all. I mean, the storyline just kind of fell flat. It started off really great. With the witch in the beginning, I was like feeling scared. When I saw the witch, I was like, oh my gosh, like what is this bitch gonna do to them? And then we don't see her again until like halfway through the movie, and it's like a short little thing. And then we don't see her again until the very end of the movie. Lame, honestly lame. The ending was lame. It kind of felt like it peaked, fell flat, and then right at the end it kind of had like a little peak. Not scary at all. I wasn't scared. So I'm going to put this movie in C tier. Next movie, Hereditary. Banger. I feel like there was a point in time when everyone was talking about this movie and how crazy it was. And you know what? I will give you that. It was crazy. It was disturbing. It was not scary though. I am sorry. You can fight me if you want. Not scary. And also confusing. Once again, you can fight me if you want. Pull up. You know what I'm saying? It was too confusing. I just there was absolutely no build up to the whole cult thing. That was like a complete and when I found out that that's actually what it was, I literally was like, okay, pull up. You know, it was too confusing and really wasn't that scary at all, honestly. I'm gonna put this movie in B tier. And now, finally, number one on the list, the scariest movie of all time, The Exorcist. We've all heard about this movie, right? It's based off of real events that happened, based off of real paranormal events. So I was very excited to watch this. I was excited to see what the hype was all about, okay? Fell flat. It fell fucking flat, honestly. This movie came out in 1973. Obviously, I wasn't expecting anything crazy. And I'm sure for its time, it was scary. Like, with all the mechanisms that they had, the bed floating or her floating. Even I was like, wow, how did they do that? Not scary at all, though. Was there a moment that I was scared? No, honestly. I was laughing through most of it. I thought this movie was funny. I'll be honest. I thought it was funny when the demon was speaking through her and saying profanities. So I'm gonna put this movie in D tier. I'm so sorry, but not scary at all. So guys, finally, the scariest movie of all time, according to me, A24's Waves. That is the scariest movie of all time. That is a horror movie. I will never watch it again. And yeah, that bitch in Hereditary was annoying as fuck though.